Imagine you're at a store, and the cashier hands you a bill that says, 2 packets of biscuits at 15 rupees each, plus 3 notebooks at 20 rupees each, minus a 10 rupee discount, all divided by 5 because 5 friends are splitting the cost. If you just read those numbers left to right and do whatever operation comes next, you might get a totally different answer than your friend who does it in some other order. Let's try it the careless way first. 2 plus 15 is 17, 17 times 3 is 51, 51 plus 20 is 71, 71 minus 10 is 61, and 61 divided by 5 is 12.2. That number, 12 rupees and 20 paisa per friend, feels way too small for 2 packets of biscuits and 3 notebooks, so something about doing it left to right, ignoring what the numbers actually mean, must be wrong. Think about what the bill actually means. 2 packets of biscuits at 15 rupees each is one single cost, 30 rupees. You can't split the 2 and the 15 apart, they belong together as one group. In the same way, 3 notebooks at 20 rupees each is also one single group, worth 60 rupees. That multiplication has to be finished before it joins the rest of the bill. So the sensible order is, first finish any multiplying or dividing that belongs to one item, because that tells you the true cost of that item, and only after that do you add, subtract, or split the totals. And if a part of the bill is written inside brackets, like a discount applied to a group total, that bracket is its own little bill you must finish first, before touching anything outside it. Let's redo our store bill with this sensible order. 2 packets of biscuits at 15 rupees each comes to 30 rupees. 3 notebooks at 20 rupees each comes to 60 rupees. Now add those 2 item totals together. 30 rupees plus 60 rupees is 90 rupees for everything before the discount. Subtract the 10 rupee discount. 90 minus 10 is 80 rupees, the real total bill. Finally, split that 80 rupee bill among 5 friends. 80 divided by 5 is 16 rupees each, a much more sensible number than before. So the careless left-to-right way gave 12 rupees 20 paisa, but working out each grouped item first and combining afterward gives the true answer, 16 rupees per friend. Let's test this same thinking on a restaurant bill. 4 friends share a meal costing 40 rupees per plate, and the total is split by 2, after a 10 rupee group discount is taken off first inside brackets. Since the discount and the meal cost are both written inside the brackets, we finish everything inside there first. 4 plates at 40 rupees each is 160 rupees. Still inside the same bracket, subtract the 10 rupee discount. 160 minus 10 is 150 rupees. Only now that the bracket is fully settled do we handle what's outside it. 150 rupees divided by 2 payments is 75 rupees each. Notice we never touched the divide by 2 until the bracket was completely done. That's exactly the same grouped thinking we used with the store bill. So here's what we actually did both times. First, completely settle anything sitting inside brackets, since that's its own mini-bill. Second, work out any multiplying or dividing that belongs to a single item, because that tells you what that item truly costs. Third, only after every group and every item is settled, add and subtract those totals together, or split the final total among people, to reach the one correct answer. Here is the problem. A shopkeeper sells 4 notebooks at 25 rupees each and separately sells 2 pens at 10 rupees each. What is the total amount he collects? Whenever we see 2 separate groups being multiplied, we first work out the value of each group on its own before combining them by addition. 4 notebooks at 25 rupees each comes to 100 rupees. 2 pens at 10 rupees each comes to 20 rupees. Now we simply add the 2 totals together. 100 rupees plus 20 rupees gives 120 rupees. Here is the problem. A worker earns 40 rupees for every hour he works. One day he works for 6 hours, but 15 rupees is deducted from his pay as a fine for coming late. What is his final pay for that day? First, we work out the multiplication part, since that tells us the full earning before any deduction, and only after that do we subtract the fine. 40 rupees per hour for 6 hours gives 40 multiplied by 6, which is 240 rupees. Now we subtract the fine of 15 rupees. 240 rupees minus 15 rupees leaves 225 rupees. Here is the problem. A tank is filled using 2 pipes. One pipe fills 18 liters, and this amount is split equally between 3 tanks. A second pipe adds 5 liters directly to one of those tanks. How many liters are in that one tank in total? Since the 18 liters is being divided equally, we first find out how much one share is worth, and only then add on the extra 5 liters. 18 liters divided equally among 3 tanks gives 18 divided by 3, which is 6 liters per tank. Now we add the extra 5 liters that the second pipe puts into that one tank. 6 liters plus 5 liters gives 11 liters. Here is the problem. At a fruit stall, the total cost is written as, in brackets, 5 apples at 8 rupees each, close brackets, plus in brackets, 3 oranges at 4 rupees each, close brackets. What is the total cost? Each bracket is its own little group, so we settle the value inside each bracket completely first, and only then combine the 2 results by addition. Inside the first bracket, 5 apples at 8 rupees each comes to 40 rupees. Inside the second bracket, 3 oranges at 4 rupees each comes to 12 rupees. Now we add the 2 bracket results together. 40 rupees plus 12 rupees gives 52 rupees. Here is the problem. A group of 24 friends is split equally into 4 teams for a quiz. Each team is then given 3 bonus points. How many points does each team start with, including the bonus? This is really about points, not people. But the number 24 still needs to be divided into 4 equal shares first, before adding anything extra. 24 friends divided into 4 equal teams gives 24 divided by 4, which is 6 per team. Now add the 3 bonus points. 6 plus 3 gives 9 points per team. Here is the problem. A cloth merchant buys 7 meters of cloth at 60 rupees per meter and then gets a flat discount of 45 rupees on the whole purchase. What does he finally pay? We first work out the full multiplication to know the price before any discount, and only then subtract the discount amount. 7 meters at 60 rupees per meter gives 7 multiplied by 60, which is 420 rupees. Now subtract the discount of 45 rupees. 420 rupees minus 45 rupees leaves 375 rupees. Here is the problem. A school buys 10 chairs at 90 rupees each and 6 tables at 150 rupees each. Later, it also gets a total transport charge of 100 rupees added to the bill. What is the final bill amount? There are 2 separate multiplications here, one for chairs and one for tables, so we settle each of those fully first, and only after that do we add everything, including the transport charge. 10 chairs at 90 rupees each gives 10 multiplied by 90, which is 900 rupees. 6 tables at 150 rupees each gives 6 multiplied by 150, which is 900 rupees. Now we add the chairs, the tables, and the transport charge together. 900 plus 900 plus 100 gives 1,900 rupees. Here is the problem. A caterer prepares food for a wedding, and the cost is written as, in brackets, 60 plates at 50 rupees each, close brackets, minus in brackets, 100 divided by 5, close brackets. What is the final cost according to this expression? Each bracket must be completely worked out on its own first, one giving a multiplication result and the other a division result, and only then do we subtract one from the other. Inside the first bracket, 60 plates at 50 rupees each comes to 3,000 rupees. Inside the second bracket, 100 divided by 5 comes to 20. Now we subtract the second result from the first. 3,000 minus 20 gives 2,980 rupees. Here is the problem. A packing company packs 8 boxes, each containing 12 items. From the total number of items, 20 items are found damaged and removed. How many good items remain? We first multiply to find the total number of items packed, and only after that do we subtract the damaged ones. 8 boxes with 12 items each gives 8 multiplied by 12, which is 96 items in total. Now subtract the 20 damaged items. 96 minus 20 gives 76 good items. Here is the problem. At a restaurant, a group orders food worth 800 rupees in total. This bill is split equally among 4 friends. Then, each friend also pays an additional 25 rupees as a tip. How much does each friend pay in total? Since the 800 rupees is being divided equally, we first find out what one friend's share is worth, and only then add the tip on top. 800 rupees divided equally among 4 friends gives 800 divided by 4, which is 200 rupees per friend. Now add the tip of 25 rupees. 200 rupees plus 25 rupees gives 225 rupees. Here is the problem. Look at this expression. Open bracket, 5 multiplied by 8, close bracket, minus, open bracket, 30 divided by 6, close bracket, multiplied by 2 plus 3. The two brackets are separate groups. The first bracket contains only 5 multiplied by 8, and the second bracket contains only 30 divided by 6. The multiplication by 2 happens after the second bracket is closed, and the plus 3 comes right at the end. What is the final value of this whole expression? With 2 separate brackets in the same expression, we settle the value inside each bracket completely first. After that, we handle any multiplication or division sitting outside the brackets, and only at the very end do we add or subtract, working strictly from left to right. Inside the first bracket, 5 multiplied by 8 gives 40. Inside the second bracket, 30 divided by 6 gives 5. Now that the second bracket has given us 5, we multiply that by 2, which gives 10. So the expression now reads 40 minus 10 plus 3. Working from left to right, 40 minus 10 gives 30. Finally, 30 plus 3 gives 33, which is the final value of the whole expression. Here is the problem. A farmer has 96 mangoes. He first gives away half of them to a neighbor. From the mangoes that remain with him, he then packs them equally into 4 baskets and finally sells 2 mangoes from one of those baskets at the market. How many mangoes are left in that one basket? This has several steps chained one after another, so we handle them strictly in the order they happen. First find half, then divide what remains into equal baskets, and only at the very end subtract the mangoes that were sold. Half of 96 mangoes is 96 divided by 2, which is 48 mangoes given to the neighbor. So the farmer is left with 96 minus 48, which is 48 mangoes with him. These 48 mangoes are packed equally into 4 baskets. 48 divided by 4 gives 12 mangoes per basket. Finally, 2 mangoes are sold from that one basket. 12 minus 2 leaves 10 mangoes in that basket.